what I watch out for is the volume on the premiums that have been bought or the stock itself, and I actually look at the premiums. How much people are buying because, like, take for example, this one, it's in millions
Hmm.
and the volume is pretty high. So I know definitely if you go check this ticker right now,
Yeah.
it probably went up. This is FedEx, so it went up today. So those are like little things you could take a look at and just
Yeah.
make sure that
And I know you
you
can you,
are.
you can span to look at more details of the tickers if you click on the little dots next to it, right?
Yes. Yeah, so if you click on the this wonderful exam, it takes you to the dashboard and it tells you, what it is, the bid and ask and all that, the cool stuff about it, right?
Yeah, and it shows you potential like
And
entry and exit points too.
sometimes if you are 100%, sure about getting there, you're gonna make money from it. Yes, you can get in at the ask price, but like
I
I keep trying to tell people all the time, I like to get it on sales. Like if this is the price that the ask price is right now, right? Can I get it cheaper?
You probably
You,
could
you know?
if you
Yeah, you probably yeah, if you wait and when you get it alert, right? The prices here, uh, like for example, there was one. Let me show you one.
hmm
This one I think I got into this work course, though I added I think an additional 1 or 2 weeks to this, right?
hmm
When the market crashed that day, this was selling a little bit cheaper. And I know somebody in the Discord said they got it for like $1.06 or something, and they were already in profit by the time the market came back up. So those are just little things that
Yeah, exactly.
there's always like good alerting here, but
Yeah. But the
the
thing to
like,
recap a little, it's like with the bullseye alert, you usually like see like the volume and things like that, right? And then you
yeah,
try to look at the entrance, and then you like then you look at your own charting software or
yeah,
whatever you look to like
trading video during the webinar, right? I'm like, you don't have to be a guru in in chart, reading chart, right?
hmm
Or looking at chart for me is like an art, right?
Yeah.
Like look, you just keep looking at, okay, over time, this is how this thing has been behaving, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it just shut up like this, right? And we know, yeah, the things that can happen. Either it keeps, trying to go up even higher than this, or it's gonna come down at a point. Yeah, I'm not saying it's gonna come all the way down to where it's at right now, except some crazy things happen. I think this was all these lows were during COVID in March, earlier this year, but stocks have been picking up over time. Just looking at it alone, you can tell you.
Yeah.
I know this is gonna go like this is JKS, for example, right? Me personally, I know this is gonna go up even higher than this. The thing about all these stocks is that whenever they jump to a particular, let's say this was the resistance at the other point. Let me go all the way back. Okay, so it was even higher. It went as high as I remember when the stock hit this $90 mark, right?
hmm
So it came down, met some support here, and it bounced off this spot support here, and it rallied again, and it got all the way to let's say $80, right? And it pulled back down. Now it's at this support again. It moved back up. Now it's coming down. So you expect it to do the same thing over and over again,
Yeah,
So
exactly. If you look at it like
yeah.
repetitions of it.
Mhm. Yeah, you just have to like like I said, like you don't have to be like a super. You don't have to know how to like draw all the crazy trend line. Just looking at it and seeing
Yeah, it's enough.
different, yeah, different timeline and just looking at how stocks behave, especially a particular stock that you're interested in.
But
And
again, this is clearly a very important step when you're dealing with the bullseye alerts. When like
yes,
you have to look at the charts and at least not necessarily like you said be a guru or like be really
hmm
knowledgeable, but you have to look at it so you start building this like familiarity, right?
of yeah, what it is. So like this one now, even just looking at this, right, you can tell that over time, right, it keeps you just keep bouncing off this particular price line right here.
Yeah, yeah.
You see so many times here, 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 and it did it the same time again here. So with one, two, three, 4 times. So is it gonna fall back to that same place and bounce off again? Probably. Getting it are cheap, right? They might think, I sound like a crazy guy, but and this is a good one. The spread is not that much, so 3.7. Let's look at this particular option. So it's a December 18, $75, right? It went as low as 290 today. So you could have gotten it for 33% discount.
Mm.
Yeah. So you see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
sometimes you just have to like be able to give it some time and just quickly take a look at it.
I was gonna say you mentioned about like having a very small spread. That's a good thing. Um,
Look at the spread, right? Like all these ones have like good spread on them, right? But I tell people, I said just the difference between the bid and the ask price,
mhm.
you should at least look for a range between 0.01 cents, that's 1 cent, and 50 cents, right?
Mhm.
Because within that range, right, there's at least enough liquidity to get in
Yeah,
and
yeah.
there's enough liquidity to get out. If you, I'm not saying that people should use this all the time, but I'm saying that if you have this on, it shows that, whatever it is that is being bought at that time, there's like very exceptionally high trading of options going on. These are pretty high premiums here. All these ones in the millions. And just be cognizant of all the premiums that was being bought, like these are pretty high. I know the AI, especially on Bullseye, right? It gives alerts, and some of the expiration dates are so close. Like, for example,
Mhm.
anyone that my best to scale into positions like one after the other, just buying one. And it even helps you because if you put all your money into one particular ticker, right? And there's an opportunity to just quickly jump in or jump out and make some money, maybe 10, 20, 30%, depending on what it is on something. But because you're already invested in one, you just want to ride it out and wait. But if you're constantly just trying to get in little by little, like what I did in GNG, I was buying in throughout last week, one after the other, until I had like 5 contracts. And I was like, you know
Mm.
what? I'm just going to stop here,
Yeah, because you were in a
whatever.
position that
Yeah,
you felt
yeah,
like.
yeah, because I was already like really invested in. I'm like, so whatever happens at this point, I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. And yesterday, when I saw the volume coming into GNG, I was like, I knew it. Tomorrow is just gonna be so good. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
so that's what I just try to explain to people like all the time. Just take your time and
Yeah,
um, don't try to rush
yeah.
trades.
Don't
Plan it mentally, and so that when you get in, you know exactly, okay, this is what I'm doing,
and
and
don't feel bad if you miss. Used to recover it quickly. What like it looks like he does is he obviously has like a familiarity with stocks that he already trades, as you should too as a trader. To put it into simple steps, it will be looking at the bullseye alert and then going over a chart and finding your possible entry and exit points as well as then incorporating. I
for
really think you
example,
should watch this video in case you have a few doubts. Bye.